Another podcast coming to you from Wembley Stadium.
My favorite is when Liz drags out that last.
I look so terrorist watch listening today, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Guys, you have to call me by my new name, Farbad Delimanian.
Whoa!
ISIS name?
My coworker is an Arab, and he was like, I don't understand your name. Can you explain where you come from? So I told him, and he goes, wow, you do not look like your name. And he goes, you should just go around for one day as my name. So we chose today. And so he's going around as Bayram Rizai, and I'm going around as Farbad Delmagian.
Farbad.
I might keep it longer. Like, his name is so close to fart.
That's what I was just going to say. I'm very
so
comfortable
far.
with it because it sounds like fart.
Yeah, so I'm going to keep it for a little while. I'll let you guys know.
Cool.
Fart pod.
Yeah.
I like it.
Fart pod. That's
Fart
really,
pod.
it's really so fucking perfect for this pod.
Did they get it right for on your coffee cup today?
They stopped putting my name on my coffee cup because I go there so often.
Oh, media, so they're like embarrassed.
And they'd have to put it on there, right?
Yeah, I go early enough.
I know.
We're
They
live,
have to
so.
do fart pod.
Yeah.
Guys, what are midterm elections? I don't know what those are. That just
I'm not
happened,
voting.
and
Fuck
I was
voting.
caught unawares.
Yeah, like, fuck voting, seriously.
Yeah.
So
Like, all this stuff on social media about go out and vote, but, like, maybe people should, like, know what's going on before they vote.
Okay.
I don't really think that you should just go out and vote.
So here are a couple
Like-
of criteria, I think. If you've ever heard a political ad and it's given you pause and made you stop and think, you should not vote.
Yeah.
You should not vote.
Exactly. If you believe any word that is uttered on a political ad,
Right.
don't
That's
vote.
the problem.
Right.
So I actually had intended to vote. I got registered to vote and everything. And I gotta say, this is a little bit embarrassing, but I got to my car when I got home yesterday, and there was a flyer for somebody who was running for some like local office under my windshield wiper.
Yeah.
And I definitely went, okay, well, you know what? Fuck all of you then.
I'm not
I went
doing
home and I
this.
played with my baby, and I did.
Yeah, exactly.
And beneath that was a new flyer for the Chinese restaurant in your neighborhood. You're like, no, fuck
When
this
you
too.
immediately ordered, you're like, I need some cream of some young guy right now.
You know, the same. We're not excluding people from doing the same for fucking Dancing with the Stars. Like, you better vote for the fucking best dancer. Don't just vote because you fucking feel like you have the right to. You better make
Yeah.
sure your vote counts.
And don't just vote because you hate the other dancer. Just
Yeah, like
if you
everyone's
see-
fucking voting for Alfonso Ribeiro. He's obviously the new Barack Obama. Like, we don't fucking endorse that.
Right. He hasn't done the Carlton for real in like 30 years, so.
But everybody hates Obama now. Isn't that the
Yeah.
thing? All the ads I see are like, we all stood against Obama or whatever.
No, you didn't, because you fucking reelected him. You did not stand
Hey,
against Obama.
full disclosure, I reelected him too. I only ever vote during presidential races.
Okay, so that's actually I do mean to vote in local elections because I think that's meaningful and I think
Yeah.
you can actually change things like locally. I think presidential elections are a scam. The whole thing's a fraud. If one of the candidates could actually do anything to change anything or had any intention of doing that, they would never make it to a presidential election.
Guys, I will tell you though, I never really believed in local government because I'm like, I don't fucking know who they are. I feel like anyone can get the job because sometimes you meet them. Like, there's one for New York who barely speaks English. I'm like, damn, he probably makes like $250 a year.
But that's why it works.
Well, but the amazing thing was, a couple of years ago, I needed help, and I was going to reach out for a lawyer, and my brother was like, why don't you try your local congressman? I was like, what the I don't even know who the fuck they are. Like, what am I going to fucking ask them? Called their office. They took care of everything for me. Fucking handled it. They were like, you don't worry about anything. We'll let you know when this is done. I was like, I don't need to contact the lawyer. And they were like, nope. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I was so, and then I sent them a gift and they were like, we can't accept this. I was like, you guys are like fucking the best girlfriend ever.
Yeah, totally. Your local congressman is the best girlfriend ever.
So I mean, like, you can actually change things that are meaningful in your life by electing different like local politicians. Like that shit is for real. That's actual politics. That's like real people like actually governing. I mean, who gives a fuck who you elect for senator? I mean, it's just another guy who's going to do deals with oil companies and, you know,
Right.
a bunch of backdoor shit that, like, first of all, you can't control. Second of all, they could give a fuck about you or why you elected them. And third of all, they make all they run on all these campaign promises. Please, if you did that in any business, you would go to jail for fraud because
Right.
you can't promise something and then not even make a gesture at delivering it. Not even pretend to give a fuck.
Yeah.
But this is how national level politics works, and it's just a fucking bullshit racket. And like, you know, people talk about presidential elections like it's so meaningful. Do you really think the world or our country would be any different if fucking what's his face, the Republican guy, had gotten elected last year?
Absolutely
Year
not.
instead of Obama?
Same shit.
Please.
They
It's a
wouldn't have been
fucking oil
burning
tank. He's going-
babies in DuPont Circle or anything ridiculous like that, like the Democrats say.
It's all the same.
You know what I say? Bring back Ross Perot is what I say.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, that's what you need. You need a guy who's like kind of a nut and like doesn't give a fuck and is gonna change things because it needs to happen and not because he like owes somebody a favor or is like part of some team that needs him to do something.
Yep. What is Ross Perot doing these days? Just hanging out, being rich?
Balling, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, just being fucking also adorable.
Yeah.
Did you ever read the book?
Totally fucking huggable.
Yeah.
Did you ever read On Wings of Eagles?
I love that book.
So,
Hero book.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the story?
No,
No.
he didn't write it.
During the fall of the Shah of Iran in '79, Ross Perot's company, how are they called?
What was it called? I keep wanting to say Enron, but that wasn't it. It was like the anti-Enron.
Yeah, no, it's like one of my coworkers used to work there actually. Anyway, forget his computer company. They had a bunch of their staff in Tehran, like doing work as consultants, and they all got captured when the Shah fell and the Ayatollahs took over. So they went to the State Department and they were like, "Can you get our people back?" And they're like, "I don't know. It's pretty stressful over there. We're probably not going to do anything." So their people are jailed in Iran during this revolution. So
Is in jail the word?
Jailed. It's totally a word.
goes now.
It's the verb for to put in jail.
I've been jailed you. Rap lyrics.
I in jail you. Wait,
So-
isn't this the premise for Argo?
Yeah. Well, it's the same. It's during the same time. It was like the same. A lot of the
It's like a
same stuff.
smaller version of that.
Yeah.
Except this one doesn't star Ben Affleck. It's
Right.
Ross Perot.
So Ross Perot hires a retired general from the U.S. Army, gets a bunch of like executives from his office together, like at a compound that he owns, builds like a mock-up of the jail in Iran, and they practice like jailbreaks, and then he has all his staff from his company infiltrate Iran and like perpetrate a jailbreak to get his fucking people out of Iran.
How come no one knows his story? It's fucking.
That's what I'm
amazing.
saying. If this story had come to light during his presidential election run, like I would have had everyone in the world. I was like 10 at the time,
That is
but I definitely would have
so
voted for him. I definitely would have voted for him. Yeah,
That's
that's
life
real
and death fucking commando shit that guy was
Yeah.
just like, fuck it, I'm not leaving him there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird that like
We'll do this ourselves.
yeah. When McCain ran, everyone talked about how he was a fucking POW, and honestly, how abusive can Asian people be in fucking prison by them? You know what I mean?
They're
If they,
so
I'm sorry, if they
small,
jail you.
and their
When
skin
Asians
is so
jail you,
smooth. Yeah.
when Asians in jail you, it's like a fucking camp, like literally
They're
like
like,
sleepaway
you
camp.
want bikini wax? And you're like, not again.
There's no more hair.
There's nowhere. Stop waxing me.
I feel like Cambodia would object to that. Or like everyone who's in jailed for political crimes in China.
Right.
I fucking
I
love
think
the word in jail.
it's
If my
a
name
really
was
good one.
already Farbod today, it would definitely be in jail.
I want to name my daughter Injaled.
Oh, and Jaled.
In jail.
Yeah, Injaled, yeah. Injaled.
Speaking of daughters, Jen Savage, friend of the pod,
Nice.
daughter of the pod.
Daughter of the podcast, Jen Savage.
We had. This is why you gotta love Jen, because this is a sponsored promotion from Outback Steakhouse because they're a friend of the pod.
Yeah.
But
Mention us next time you eat there. Mention the Coming In Sideways podcast.
Yep.
you get a 30% surcharge.
You get
And
free
a
onion
shot
rings.
of hot
You
rum.
get free onion rings, and don't stop yelling Coming In Sideways until they bring you the blooming onion.
And by free onion rings, we mean they're gonna charge you for them. They won't be
Wait.
free.
So they have a promotion called No Worries Wednesday, where you get
Nice.
like a 3-course meal for like a link. So, it's near and dear to our hearts. And Jen sends me an email last week, and she goes, "Bizzle, we have to go get dinner soon. Let's go here." And I was like, "All right." I was like, "Send out an invite." So send out an invite. I accept it because I get it on my phone. I don't think about it again. So she goes, "Bizzle," this was last night. She goes, "Bizzle, are we still doing dinner tonight?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And she goes, "For No Worries Wednesday." And I was like, "Jen, it's Tuesday." And she goes, "Oh." So we just didn't go to dinner last night. It's like when you put it in the calendar, the fucking subject line said Wednesday, and you said Tuesday. And then she goes, "Yeah, client is taking me shopping tomorrow." I was like, "All right, enjoy your fucking client shopping."
So
And
she
just-
scheduled No Worries Wednesday for Tuesday?
Yeah.
You can't just do that, Savage. You can't just make political promises like you're gonna go to No Worries Wednesday on Wednesday and then do it on Tuesday.
Jen
Exactly.
is the fucking Ross
In
Perot
jail.
of dinner planning.
She really is. She really is.
She and I actually hung out on Halloween. I
I
I'm
loved
sure-
your Taylor Swift costume, by the way.
Oh my god, guys! I have to tell you this fucking Halloween monstrosity of a story. My coworker, I don't like going to clubs. I never have. I like going to like a dive bar, settling in, and drinking fucking well liquor, and eating Pringles or chicken salad from the deli next door that we've smuggled in through my bra. But we went to my coworker for whatever reason, like reserved 3 tables at this club on the Lower East Side, and she was like, "Yeah, we have bottles and stuff, so you guys swing by." And so a couple of my coworkers were like, "We should go because I don't have Halloween plans anyway." So I was like, "I don't have a costume," and literally it was like the city gets disgusting on Halloween. I popped into the store and I was like, if they have a nun costume, I'll get that because like those are kind of one size fits all, so it's like my best bet at a costume because the other ones are just not gonna fit, right? So I go to get a nun costume and my friend tells me, sends me a text message that goes, "Don't bother with the costume because my buddy's hiring a professional makeup artist and she's gonna do Day of the Dead makeup for everyone." So I was like, "Oh, that sounds pretty cool because I don't even have to change my outfit. I'll just have the makeup and it'll be pretty cool, right?" Head over to Brooklyn, go to this guy's house. The girl who was doing the makeup had to have been like 15 years old, Guatemalan from the Bronx. All she had was a tube of white paint and then a big palette of eyeshadow. And so she started doing the first guy's makeup, and the first guy goes, "You've done this before, right?" And she goes, "No." And she wasn't a professional makeup artist, so we all looked fucking retarded. Liz, Jen sent my picture.
Yeah.
At the end of it, I was like, I don't even know what the fuck this is supposed to be. I literally just have a giant white face with fucking
I mean, you look like a
black lines.
juggaloo.
Yeah. I don't know what that
You
means.
definitely look like one of the insane clown posse.
Yeah.
A juggalo.
So
Is that
the
jungaloo?
Juggaloo. I said juggaloo. I would never
Okay.
mispronounce that.
All right.
Not an idiot
my
in
face
jail.
was enjailed in white paint.
It wasn't jailed.
So the girl goes, "Do you like it?" And I was like, "Can you add something to it?" She goes, "What do you want me to add?" And I was like, "Just write Taylor Swift on my forehead." So she looked up Taylor Swift on her phone so she could get the spelling right. So the story gets worse. The story gets worse because now we decide not to go back into the city because it was raining and the traffic was bad. So we went to this bar in Brooklyn, and it was like a fucking supermodel convention. Like everyone in there was ridiculously good looking, and I show up in a fucking cable knit sweater with a full face of white paint and Taylor Swift across my forehead. Thankfully, Jen Savage just moseys on into the bar and she goes, "Bizzle, I think they're wearing Victoria's Secret diamond bras in here. Like everyone is so rich and beautiful." It was like the most fucking ridiculously good-looking group of people ever. So I just sat at the bar and got drunk.
Yay!
Happy Halloween.
Happy
Yeah.
Halloween!
That was the longest story ever. We're actually at 9 o'clock and I have to sign off now.
What was Savage's costume?
I don't know, a runt? Like a banana runt? He wasn't wearing a costume.
Wait, Bizzle, how was improv class?
Oh my god, it was the best thing I'd ever done for myself.
I'm so proud of you for going to that because I secretly hated improv. And now that you have enjoyed it, I want to try it again.
Well, full disclosure, I signed up for level 0, which is like no frills, no pressure. You can't do anything wrong. I guess like level 1 is a little bit more because you build towards doing a show, and level 0 is like literally for 4 weeks you just gather in a room and do stupid shit together. So I didn't feel any pressure going in, and I was just worried because like you guys know the type. Like first of all, I was never like a fucking theater kid in high school. I didn't like hanging out with those people. And you just tend to think like if you go to an improv class, it's all like misfits who didn't really have any friends and just find comfort in each other. And I hate those. I'm a bully, so I hate those.
Yeah, me too. That's why I felt like I was all about it.
Yeah. So I show up to this class, and it was actually like really good-looking people. So I was like, this is not going to be fun because they're not going to be funny. And everyone just fucking, I was literally crying with laughter. Some of the exercises were so dumb. They were really, really corny. And I was like, oh, this makes me feel uncomfortable. But then there were ones where you just got to be you. I did find, however, that I was the only one with a vulgar sense of humor in my routines. Like, yeah, I definitely said pussy and no one else did. There was one point where you have to like make a gesture to the person sitting next to you, and then they mimic it and pass it on to the person next to them. And I was the only one who did like a tit grab as my gesture. And then the girl looked, she stopped and looked at me, and she was like, And then the best part, which I'm only admitting to you guys and our listener, is at one point someone started making fart noises as the thing to pass around. So the girl next to me, she wasn't a girl, she's actually a woman, grandmother. She did a fart noise, but it was such a weak fart that I started laughing, and I real farted as I was laughing. But I don't know if anyone heard it, so then I had to make like a fake fart sound to distract from it. But yeah, improv was awesome, and I'm definitely looking forward to the next class.
The best thing about like nerdy improv stuff like that is like everyone is so committed to being a dork that no one will be like smell the fart, and no one will be like he who smelt it dealt it. Like that, they'll never go down that road because everyone's too committed to their craft. So you can fart all you want in improv class.
Well,
I think that's the best part about it.
The other, and Liz, you've dealt with this more than your fair share, but like I had the brilliant idea of having chicken teriyaki before class.
Yeah.
And so it was like loaded with onions, and so I had like kimchi burps, which
the
which
kimchi
you know all too well.
burps. Oh my god, the fermentation process which occurs in your stomach is phenomenal.
Not even my stomach; it starts in my throat. I think.
Yeah.
I think I have a stomach in my neck.
I think you do too. I'm absolutely sure.
But there's corny people, you know, like you go around, and Liz, I think I told you this yesterday on GChat, maybe I didn't, but like first things first, you do introductions, you stand in a circle, and they're like, all right, come up with an alliterative like superhero name for yourself. So like one girl's name is Lucy, so she goes, I'm Loopy Lucy, and you have to come up with a gesture, so she's like swinging her arms around, and I was like, this is so fucking corny.
Loopy the Lucy would be the worst fucking superhero.
I would have said Loose Pussy Lucy, like that would have been funny for myself. So mine, like when it came to me, like other people were like, like the teacher's name is Alexis, so she goes, I'm Artistic Alexis, and she did like a paint thing with her hand. I was like, you fucking cunt. So when it came to me, I like just I was so mad at people for their choices that I wasn't really thinking of one for myself. So when it came to me, I was just like Beefy Byram, and I made a gesture like I have big tits, so I was like Beefy Byram. So then, after everyone does it, people in the room can, you know, at random call, like say their own name and then call someone else out in the group. Literally, I was the most frequently called out name because I think people just like making the tit.
And nobody remembered anyone else because they weren't funny or interesting.
Yeah. Like there's one girl who is Swedish and she's actually like Liz, you would love her. She's like Juliette Lewis. Like that's exactly who she reminds me of.
Yes, you know, I
and
love her.
she's definitely like really, really drunk at class. And when she was going up, hers was horrible. Her name is Helena, so she was like horrible Helena, and her gesture was like flipping people off. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna like you. But I fucked her up because there was one point where you had to pretend you were pitching a product and using it like for a different, you had a different use case for it. So the audience was able to suggest a product. So when she was up there, I was like, Trapper Keeper, and she goes, what's a Trapper Keeper? And I was like, how do you not know what a Trapper Keeper was?
Oh, ESL people are always thwarting my jokes.
Yeah. She goes, I grew up in a different country. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know about that.
Still, it's a Trapper Keeper. I mean, come on. Did you grow up in Ethiopia?
Well, I'm gonna throw her off fucking next week when we have to shout recommendations, and I'm like, Video Stuga. I should. I know what that is.
She'll probably know what it is. Like, oh, we have Video Stuga on every street.
She goes, here's my Video Stuga membership card.
Video Stuga is obviously originally Swedish. I was playing
Stuga.
I was playing Cards Against Humanity once with Jen Fat Savage and a group of her friends, and one of the cards, the 3/5 compromise, came up, and one guy in the group was like, "What's the 3/5 compromise?" And I'm like, "What are you, fucking stupid and racist?" And I was like, "How do you know what?" He was like, "I did not grow up in the United States of America." And we didn't have stupid laws where I come from where people were not fully people. So I'm sorry if I don't understand what the 3/5 compromise is.
In his defense, we have plenty of Americans who don't know what it is either.
I know, I guess that is true.
You know?
I'm just really offended.
For all you Americans who don't know what it is, there was a time when black Americans were considered 3/5 of a person.
And it was the compromise to be struck between two political parties.
Right.
Are they a full person?
Between 0 people and 1 people.
Yeah, we compromised on 3/5 of a person. You're welcome, black people.
Centuries of enjailment.
Yeah, exactly. After centuries of enjailment, you're now 3/5 of a person.
That's what's known in the business as a callback.
Yeah. No, Oak, you have to take improv class.
So
you would be so good at it.
I took kind of an improv class last night.
Oh, did that have something to do with Leah pooping?
Well, sort of. So I went to CrossFit last night and left Leah and I. My job was to get her her bottle and a bath. And so Leah's strategy was as soon as Mom walked out the door, she was going to start hysterically panicked crying for like the next hour.
Yes.
So I thought, what the fuck am I going to do? And she just, was not going to stop crying. She's just at the top of her lungs, hysterical, crazy crying. So I put in some headphones to try to fight her bottle into her mouth as she's crying. And we're going back and forth like this. And I'm thinking, man, I can't even hear what's playing on my headphones. So I went out to the garage, and I have these big ear protectors for when I use the weed whacker or the leaf blower. I put those on over my headphones. And I was looking at Leah, trying to feed her a bottle, and all it was this quiet baby making really ugly faces at me. And I thought,
oh, that's such a good idea.
This is ingenious. So her and I were struggling back and forth, but it was perfectly happy because even though she was
peaceful.
Yeah.
Well,
totally
she probably was crying even more because she was like, "Who is this giant fly trying to feed me?"
So there's a time during the day when she's just not interested in Dad at all. She just wants Mom.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Suck it up, because Dad's gonna give you a bottle and a bath, and this is happening. So.
Well, maybe you confused them and you tried feeding her bath and putting her in a bottle.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
She doesn't want to drink the bath water?
No, and she does not want to bathe in breast milk, unfortunately.
Fuck.
I do.
No wonder she smelled so weird.
She smelled so weird. Funny that I...
That's basically how she smells anyway.
Yeah.
Than breast milk, but...
Yeah, it's all stuck in her neck folds. Although I'm not accusing you of bad parenting, but sometimes that happens.
So I receive explicit instructions to clean out those neck rolls whenever
Because they
we're bathing.
smell.
And she doesn't like it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the one part she doesn't like about the baths is her secret neck roll stash gets like flushed out all the time. And
Yep. Totally.
Wait, that's really a thing?
Yeah. So she gets like crusty milk like inside of like folds of her neck.
There was a kid I grew up with named David, and he had like a very like fat neck. He had a neck roll, and in the summer he'd always have like a thin line of like black in his neck roll.
Oh, yeah, that's what Leah's working with.
Same basic principle.
Same principle.
Except she's small, so I can just throw her in the tub in the sink and.
Yeah, like I don't know why he didn't just fucking at least use his shirt to wipe his neck.
Yeah.
To this day, when Jael gets her face wash, she goes, no neck, no neck, no neck, no neck, and just says over, no neck, no neck.
When Leah can say that, she will.
Yeah, she'll definitely say it.
My cousin's son, Jemmy, he doesn't have a neck. He's 2 years old. He's really fat. He doesn't speak, and he just cries. And it's just so adorable, like, watching him walk around because he just doesn't have a neck. And he just, like... He's just like, he's colossal. Like, they can't even put shoes on him because his feet are so fat. And he doesn't speak. He's 2. He just cries, and he has no neck. So it was funny. We were at his birthday party, and my brothers and I are, like, making fun of him. So, like, you guys probably do this when you're at, like, a family event. You just text each other what you're thinking. And then everyone knows it's obvious that you guys are texting each other. Like, me and my brothers will always do that. Yeah. Because it's, like, just the 4 of us at this kid's birthday party, and, like, we're all on our phones cracking up. So my cousin's like, who are you texting with? And I was like, no one. I'm just checking email. And, like, we're all fucking laughing. Because my cousin's mother-in-law, she has, like, this really deep voice. Like, she sounds like this. Like Harvey Fierstein. Like, no one knows where it came from. So we started making fun of her in text. And I was like, you know, the room that we were in for the party had a fish tank. So I was like, what has more gravel, her voice box or this fish tank? And, like, we're just sending each other texts like that. And we were just fucking cracking each other up. And my cousin's just like, what are you guys doing? And we've always done it. Like, you know what I mean? We just don't have any tact. My oldest brother's fucking 44. I'm 32, and we still fucking do that shit.
Yeah, your family, remember when your cousin pretended to be, like, super Albanian for the entire duration of the drinks we were at?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
And I really didn't catch on to it until, like, the very end that she was just pretending to be super Albanian. And I was like, wow, they really do eat roadkill off the side of the road there. That's...
What do they do? What does one do when one is being super Albanian?
She was just, I am born to eat steak off side of road. It is far too delicious. I am drinking the vodka. It was so good. My family shares one cloth. We are in jail.
Well, the thing was,
like that.
Well, there were also more gestures because we went to, like, Stephanie's on Newbury, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah, she kept stealing the cheese.
Yeah, they had, like, a platter of, like, really nice fruit and cheese that they were just, like, had at the bar, and she was using her being foreign. You know, she's born and raised in New Jersey. She goes, I'm going to partake of this cheese. And she goes, I have, like, a giant wedge of cheese on, like, all the fruit. And then she just, like, you know, she just went with it. And then I sent her a text message because she had introduced herself that way, like, unbeknownst to me, you know. And then I was like, I don't want to in-jail my friendship with Liz. So I just sent my cousin a text. I was like, yo, you better keep this thing going because if you finally admit that you're from New Jersey, it's going to get weird.
Yeah,
and then we
that's exactly what happened.
It went from, like, 1 drink to, like, 4 hours of drinks, and I bet you she was fucking miserable fucking having to keep that up.
She must have been exhausted because I kept asking her questions about Albania. Oh, that was awesome.
I would have been in Albania.
Guys, we did Pick of the Week last week.
We haven't done Pick of the Week in, like, 9 weeks.
Yeah, we haven't actually done anything in a long time. We used to have stuff that we
I know, that's true.
Like some organization.
Yeah, remember when we used to, like, try and, like, curate the content of this? That was so stupid.
And by try, you mean 2 minutes. Actually, after the broadcast started, we would fucking start adding stuff to the spreadsheet.
Yeah, the document. Remember the document?
And then I would have to introduce it with no background information, just the URL. So I would try to read the story title from the URL.
That's how I get all my news. Is just reading URLs.
Yeah.
I'm like midterm election results -in. Got it. Cool.
So I have a pick of the week.
Cool. Go.
It's Google Inbox. Are you familiar with it?
Ooh, no.
It's sort of the new Google, email client kind of. Like it's basically your Gmail, but like presented in a little bit different way.
Cool.
If you guys are interested in trying it, I can send you an invite.
Yeah.
I am, because I currently have 12,520 emails in my inbox, and I would like to rectify that situation.
No joke, I have 20,563.
I had 65,000 until like 3 days ago when I just deleted all my sale emails.
Your email inbox makes my heart like flutter. Like my breath comes up short.
Oh, you're not the only person to say that to me. It's a pretty common thing. My email inbox makes people feel extremely uncomfortable.
Like, I envy like your ability to operate in a state of chaos. Like it's something that
You do not. That's a backhanded compliment if I've ever heard it. I envy your ability to not die of starvation. I really do envy your ability to not just die on the side of the road. Fuck you, I'm a free spirit. We don't deal with email inboxes.
My father-in-law, when we first met, the first time we ever met, he was talking to Amy about me, and he described me as a free spirit. And
oh my god, you're like the least free spirit.
And I
You're so
totally
regimented.
that a hippie who's like marginally employed, but
Yeah.
that's not what he meant.
Yeah.
Like I'm
That's
like
not what he meant.
have an imagination, I'm creative or something like that. But I don't think so.
Yeah. No, you are a free spirit. You're just not. Your spirit is not necessarily as free as mine is.
Damn it! How could I be more free than you?
Yeah, you have to like get rid of a lot of things that you've worked really hard for.
Oh yeah, just flake out.
Yeah, you just gotta kind of like flake out and start over a lot, which is not really that fun.
I don't think having 12,000 unread emails from Kohl's makes her a free spirit. Like, you sign up for one promotion and you get fucking thousands of emails from it. So I know,
but I'm enslaved by my need to like sit in my email inbox for like 20 minutes and unsubscribe from stuff. Like I go through and unsubscribe.
Yeah.
Like I like delete things. I have to get down to like 0 action items in my inbox.
Look,
I like go to turn my computer on and it takes like a second to turn, like an extra second to turn it on. I'm like, oh fuck this, and I like leave. I just leave the house. I can't deal with it.
Well, you know what's really fucked is my work email. I have 1,851 unread emails.
Oh yeah, that's how my work email always was too. Back when I had a work email.
Well, actually, I guess I don't know how your guys' jobs work, but do you get a lot of automated stuff, right?
Yeah, but I'm sure there's stuff in there that I just never read.
Right.
I just like I've gotten so much worse this year. Remember last year at the end of the year I was like panicking. I'm like, I'm not good at my job. Like I really am not. Like there's stuff that comes in and I just like I know that it needs to get done and I'll sit there and I'll be like, I don't know where to start, so then I'll just go get coffee.
Yeah.
Like,
Isn't that everybody?
Is it?
It's me. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Everybody.
Oh my
I
god.
have no idea what I'm doing.
Nobody wants to do work.
I'm running along this tightrope of this fraud that I've perpetrated as being a competent employee, and like any day it could come crashing down.
I think mine's beginning to crash because I like in June I was like, I'm not doing this job anymore, and they're like, all right, we'll find another one for you, and they haven't found another one yet, and now I'm like, all right, they hired my replacement who started 2 weeks ago, and I've been training her, and there's like there's no job for me. So they're like, we'll put you in HR. You'll be like our cultural ambassador. And I'm like, and I'm like,
wait,
what?
Said that?
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know. I know. I'm like, I don't know what I did. I just want to go home and lay in bed.
You're like the Bill Clinton of your company. Like, we don't really have anything for him to do, but like people seem to really like him.
Yeah, they like that's the thing. I told them I was like, look, I'm flattered, but like you guys are not gonna be able to like sustain this. Like you're gonna have like one bad quarter, and you're like, okay, where can we trim the fat? And then you're gonna see me sitting in HR eating fucking Funyuns, recording this podcast using electricity and equipment. Like, maybe we should let him go.
All right. My pick of the week is a movie called The Switch with Jennifer Aniston and Jason Bateman. Have you guys heard of this movie?
I have it on DVD.
I really I think it was like a straight to movie theater with Jennifer I think Jennifer Aniston put out a straight to movie theater. I've never seen this movie before, but I rented it the other night on Netflix. And guess who's in it? Miss Juliette Lewis. Yep, she kills it. She is a thespianic tour de force. I just made up another word.
It's one of, I mean, I know it stars Jennifer Aniston, so it can't be that realistic, but it's like the premise of this story is so far-fetched.
So stupid. So the premise of the story is that she is like 35 or 40 and single, and she wants to get pregnant, and she wants to do it by artificial insemination. And Patrick Bateman is her like curmudgeony friend who doesn't want her to do it.
Or Jason.
Whatever, I don't know. It doesn't want her
Patrick
to do
Bateman.
it. So she gets sperm from some guy and then has like an impregnation party, which is not a fucking thing, but it's hosted by Juliette Lewis, so that's all that matters. And so at one point, Jason Bateman gets wasted and goes to use the bathroom and finds the sperm that she's going to put in herself and switches it with his own sperm. He switches it with his own sperm!
No, it's worse than that, Liz. He drops it and loses the sperm, so decides he needs to refill it.
No, he pours it out on purpose.
Oh, I remembered it differently.
No, he definitely pours it out on purpose. I remember watching that scene. And if you think about it, that's like a form of rape. Kind of like raped her. It's like his sperm.
I feel wicked throw-uppy.
It was really a very gross premise for a movie, and it's weird.
It just, first of all,
Jennifer Aniston's not getting any younger.
Who has a womb enjailment party? Like,
right, yeah.
If you get pregnant at a party, it should be the old-fashioned way. Like, pass out on the fucking couch and have a townie go to town.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't fucking say, oh, here's a cup of sperm, and as soon as we're done with pre-prandials, I'm going to go into the bathroom. I love that word. My pick of the week is the word pre-prandials.
Wow. What is pre-prandials, man?
When I was in high school, this is actually funny. When I was in high school, I volunteered at a Jesuit infirmary, so I used to have to hang out with like old priests that were dying, and they like all hated me because I was just like fat and I smelled like Rice Krispie treats and Muslim, and like we would go hang out at this infirmary, and before dinner they would have pre-prandials, which was like cocktail hour, and it was Nurse Reagan. It felt very much like fucking One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Like she was the manager there, and so she'd be like, Byram, go get so and so and so and so and bring them to the room for pre-prandials. So the first time I heard it, I was like, I don't know what she just asked me to do. So I just like went in one guy's room and I just sat there and talked to him. And then the nurse's assistant, his name was Amador. I remember so much random shit. He's like, what are you doing in here? And I was like, I didn't understand what she said. So now this guy's Filipino trying to tell me the word pre-prandials. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, how am I not even fit to do this fucking job? Like, I'm volunteering here. Like, how am I supposed to know what the fuck pre-prandials are? So I figured out pre-prandials are just like pre-dinner like drinks and snacks. Look it up.
I just did.
We are so fucking vocabularious today.
So vocabularious today.
This podcast is brought to you by the letter S.
I'm in jail by your vocabulariosity.
Yeah.
My actual pick of the week is this whole fucking Lena Dunham scandal. Have you guys kept up on it?
Oh, no, but some comedian was telling jokes about it last night, which is the other way I get my news.
So
I like that.
She published a book, which I guess is, doing really well because she has a lot of fans. And in the book, she talks about how, as a kid, she was very curious and, curious about her own body. And when she had a baby sister, she wanted to know if her sister had the same appendages that she had or whatever. So she would, investigate. And then she said, when she was I guess older, she would bribe her sister into here, I'll give you $1 if you give me an extended hug. So she wrote all these stories, and she's obviously a hippie or whatever. And some writer wrote an article about how she's a rapist, and she blew up on them, and so it took Twitter by storm. But in the writer's defense, she referred to herself as a sexual predator. So she can't be surprised when the writer's Lena Dunham's a sexual predator,
Right, it's she can say it, but nobody else can.
Yeah.
Wait, what did she do? Just like she was just being weird as a kid, or she was older
Yeah.
when this happened?
Well, no, she was a little kid, and she asked her mom, like when her sister was born, she's like, "Hey, mom, does my sister have the same stuff as me?" And she goes, "Yeah." So one day they were like, she said they were sitting in the driveway, and she decided to investigate her sister when her sister was like a year old, and she found pebbles in her vagina. So she told her mom. Told her mom, she's like, "Hey, she has pebbles in her vagina," and apparently the sister was sitting in the driveway and just was putting gravel up there. It's a really fucking weird story. Like I hate that
Yeah,
I
but you
read
know
it.
what? Little kids are fucking weird. I mean, they're
They're
just weird.
weird.
Super weird.
I know, but I was
I
like
don't
reading
feel like
it
you
and I
could be
was so
held
mad.
accountable for like the little weirdo shit you do when you're like a baby.
Yeah, and then you don't fucking write about it. Like it just fucking happens. So
Yeah.
that was my pick of the week. I also have another pick of the week if you guys don't mind.
No.
I just got a text message from Martha. She never texted me this early, but she sent me a message about her daughter, and she goes, "Q woke up at 6 and cried for literally an hour. She didn't calm at all until I opened the fridge and she saw mac and cheese and requested it for breakfast. And now she's having hummus."
I love how much she eats.
The baby's yours.
It's yours. That baby's yours. It's like really obvious.
There's a picture. There's a picture of her in the photo stream, and I saw it the other day, and Liz commented and wrote "Bizzle." Like, and I was like, that kid does really look and act like me.
And now that she has Don King hair, I think it's like the whole thing is complete.
And she has my half birthday. Like, she really is my spirit animal.
She's your daughter. Like,
Yeah.
there's no doubt in my mind about it. All right, y'all. I gotta go to work.
Wait, Oak didn't do a pick of the week.
I did. Inbox.
You
I sent you
did?
invites.
Jesus.
It's only 8:51. Can't we linger here for another 9 minutes?
I have to go get on the train to Metro West.
And I have
I
to
have to
jail
be-
my baby.
Okay.
Jail the baby with her vocabularies.
All right, guys.
Same time.
What do you guys-
Deals.
Same place next week.
Yep.
Same time, same place. Pre-prandials.
All
It
right.
works for me.
Godspeed, kids.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Love you. Love you.
Yeah.